Hey, what's going on, missionaries? One of the things I'm gonna teach, and I'm gonna put a video, a 1 minute video on this, but one of the things I'm gonna teach my students is why it's important to know the north node of your friends. Because if you know the north node of your friends, you know what direction they're going in. So, for instance, I had an old associate of mine whose north node is in Taurus, and my north node is in Scorpio. So if your north node is opposite of mine, if we don't get along, or if I don't fuck with you, if you don't fuck with me, it's not a huge problem because our lives are going to take us in separate directions. So what we need to do is learn the reason why we're in each other's lives at this current moment, learn it, and keep it pushing. So let's say your north node is in Gemini, your one is in Sag. One is here to think objectively, one is here to gain personal philosophy, Sagittarius. One is here to travel abroad, one is here to travel locally. So it's not that y'all can't be friends, it's just that if y'all don't fall through, that's okay. Because y'all are not going in the same direction. So if y'all don't get along, if y'all move, even if y'all personalities are clicking, if life will take you in two different directions. So it's okay to say they don't talk to me for a long period of time because life is taking them, let's say they're North Node in Taurus, it's taking them to gain materialistic values. So Minds is not. Minds is here to gain the materials that are invisible, the things that are invisible, the character, the psychology, the discipline, the magic, the borrowing of other people's resources, real estate, etc., etc. If this person is in this Taurus second house, gaining money, pleasures, gluttony, pure bliss, and then when I say pure bliss, meaning pure physical happiness, like it's not like and it's more spiritual too, but but Taurus they're okay with saying I got fucked last night. I food on my table. I expect food on my table when I come home. I get my money. I provide for my family, and I live a tangible, regular life. And that doesn't mean they don't have their ambitions. They don't learn. They don't grow. They don't become. Not saying that, but they're okay with living a very simplistic, material life. The Scorpio, on the other hand, goes through the mud in a lot of ways. I'm not saying that Taurus don't go through things, but Scorpio life deliberately, in my opinion, takes them through the mud to develop their character. Because the only way you transform is through. Unfortunately, in this realm, a lot of times the way you transform is through pain, is through agony, through destruction. So with Taurus, I'm not saying you avoid that, but it's not if you see it coming. I'm not saying pacify it, but I'm saying like if you don't have to, don't. Unless you're talking about like doing something to get closer to your goal. So, sorry, I just have to make sure my towel is clean. But at the end of the day, you have to realize like it's very important to know what north node. It's gonna be short. I'm gonna have to put this in the IGTV to show you. You have like let's say your north node is in one north node is in Libra, one north node is in Aries. One is about partnership, one is about self, Aries. So when your north node is in Aries, and even the house placement is important because you're going to be in different scenarios. The house placement is in the situation that you're going to be in. So let's not get too deep on that. But right now. when let's say you're in Aries and one's in Libra, because like if your south node is in Libra, it will bring you back down to your south node because you're around the person who's supposed to go towards partnership. So you, in my opinion, you become who you hang around. So you may want to seek more partnership because you see them having successful partners, and that may be your south node. So you're used to that, right? But in this life, you're supposed to do more by yourself, right? So if you can learn from the Libra lifestyle, meaning how to treat people, how to deliberate with people, how to cooperate, how to build successful relationships. Nobody's an island, no matter how successful they are. But how to deal with people, how to love people, how to care for people, how to get money, how to think clearly and objectively, how to breathe and say, you know what, let me not make that impulsive move, you feel me? But that's not ultimately the direction you're going in. You know what I'm saying? You can learn from them, but don't get obsessed with like, yo, I see them having successful partnerships, so I'm supposed to go in that direction. So, I learned, like, as I observed many people, some of my mentees, like, some people, like, especially when you have Taurus in the 8th house, you can be in your south node because you're super spiritual first. Like, that's the Scorpio lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So where they're super spiritual or they're super obsessive or they're obsessive about the spirit, and you got to be careful with that because if you're Taurus, if your North Node's in Taurus, you're supposed to be about the bag. But I believe the house placement is the situation or the type of scenario you're supposed to master. So, or the basis of the situation. So let's say you have Libra in the 5th house. So let's say if you have Libra in the 5th house, that's your south node, and then you have your north node in Aries in the 11th house. So you meet another Libra cusp. You meet another Libra north node person because you're supposed to leave relationships behind because it's in the 5th house. So it means partnering with people around your creative activities. Because 5th house is creativity, romance, children. So you're supposed to kind of lead. Not want to say lead the family structure, but fucking with your south node don't really fucking matter. No, fucking with relationships and like being in love and that's gonna come, but it's not. That shouldn't be your main goal. So if you're about the collective and say I'm gonna form a group, I'm gonna get a tribe of people who are like me. I'm gonna get not a family, but you're gonna get a group of friends, powerful. You're gonna network. You're gonna become a powerful person of network. Because your Aries in the 11th house. So what you're gonna realize is that when you try to do stuff with other people, it doesn't work out. When you try to do stuff by yourself, but you have a collective of like a team, it works better. So when you meet a Libra North Node, and you're like, yo, that seems good and that sounds good, it's not gonna really work out because you're gonna see. I'm not saying partnerships are never gonna work, but you gotta be super fucking picky about your partnership. You gotta be super fucking picky about why you're partnering with them, how long you're partnering with them, what you're partnering with them for, how long, the duration, etc., etc. Because you don't want a partnership to hinder your independence as self. So you want to make sure, like especially when you're forming a tribe, that doesn't mean everybody has to have your North Node. You feel me? But do your best to not be obsessed with people who are your South Node. So, if their North Node is your South Node, learn the lesson, learn what they're failing at per se, and and get better. And how is that and like in the words of Neville Goddard, how is that a reflection of you? How is that you pushed out? Learn from it and then move on.